Mics are hot.
In the face. It's like,
I'm pretty sure we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, September 5th, 2024, Canoga Park, California at the 2LaneLIVE headquarters. This episode is brought to you by Eagle Rider Motorcycle Rentals and Tours. Don't forget to check out 2LaneLIVE.com under the Eagle Rider tab to see how you can book a trip, save some money, and have a good time while you're at it. If you haven't checked out this week's episode, we just dropped a video riding from Milwaukee to Mitchell, South Dakota before Sturgis, and we're dropping a cool one next time. And that's it. That's a speed run intro, boys. What are we doing today?
Wait a second. Did you just say we're going to be heading to Sturgis now in our videos? Because if so,
Sturgis is cool. Over.
I know Sturgis is over, but we're going to actually show our
journey. We're going to show the people what they need to see.
It's going to happen. You're going to see it next Wednesday.
Yes, sir. What's going on? Who do we got today? We have, what'd you say? You said Josie from Amber's Hideout?
Right.
Yeah.
That we're just spoofing there. When I first called down to Josie's Hideout, I asked for Josie, and I was quickly informed that it was not Josie, it was Amber.
Yeah.
So this has been this is Amber from Josie's Hideout. Why don't you just introduce yourself briefly, who you are, where you're from, what you've got going, and then we'll kind of get into the backstory here.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for, having me. It's exciting. We've kind of been phone tagging, and you've been traveling and I've been traveling. So, gosh, who am I? I'm a mom. I have 4 boys.
4 boys.
4 boys.
4,
yeah.
Not 2 or 3, 4 of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not a basketball team, but 4. And we're dirt bikers, surfers, skiers. Well, they snowboard and play football and run college track. So
you're busy.
Busy. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I had learned it's actually Papa Juan that I was watching some of his material. We've had him on as a guest as well. He talked about PTSD, but I saw that he was down there. This was probably a year ago. And the place just looked cool. I've heard about it before. And we started talking about, hey, should we do something down there? Because it's got a cool vibe to it, which is what we're into.
Yeah.
Back roads. And you were gracious enough to take the call and call me back. And we started talking about what we could do. And we were going to do something earlier in the year. But we finally got connected. And we're excited. We're going to be down at your event on the 21st. Of September this month. So if you're local, you're in town, or you're flying in, you got to come down to Josie's Hideout on the 21st. She's going to do a big piece, and we'll talk about this with military appreciation. So I'm excited. You've also got some cabins that are around the place. So we should maybe just get into kind of how you got started into Josie's and what you're evolving into as well.
Absolutely. When you called and I started looking into you guys, your show kind of was like you were going out there shaking hands with America, which I love because I really got started in March of 2020, February, March of 2020. And, we brought a home for the motorcycle. We created a home. I can talk. We created a home, kind of in that backcountry for people during that period. So I had gotten involved. I was hired to do special events. Really, nothing was happening. We were just kind of limping along. I wasn't really sure what we were doing. And February came, and my best friend, she had a multinational company. She was in Europe at the time. She's like, they're going to lock us down. Like, you better figure out what you're going to do. So at the time I went home to my husband and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but they're going to lock us down. We got to get ready. And at the time I was just hired to do events. I didn't have any ownership in the business. So I went to the owner and I'm like, hey, you're going to get locked down. You better figure out what you're going to do. And he's like, well, what should I do? Because I'm from the backcountry. Right. My kids went to school there. I know all the locals. Like, this is my world. And I'm like, well, I'd plant my flag and stay open, figure out a safe way to do it and just go for it. And he's like, okay, I'll give you ownership. You keep it open and every year you're going to have more. So I was like, all right. Really? So yeah. So
wow.
Honestly, like it was a perfect mix. He had remodeled it. He went to Costa Rica and I went, okay, let's figure this out.
He just left
well, he took his kids and went to Costa Rica. He's like, here you go. You keep it. Cause he had spent about 3 years remodeling it. He got a full liquor license. So he'd done like all the groundwork and he's like, here you go. So it's
Wow.
great. It was great. He just trusted me, and I'm like, all right, let's figure this out. I had no idea what would happen. I just was like, we're just gonna stay open.
No way.
And word of mouth, people just started showing up. And we have 40 acres, so 3 acres of it, I think, is like, outside picnic tables. So we just kept those doors open, and people just started showing up, and it was amazing. Like, we became a family, like, super fast. Like, Papa Juan was there like every weekend. Bunch of people that I can't think of their names right now.
Right.
I'm thinking of all of you though, but it was really cool because it was like, I think when you go through something kind of traumatic, it like puts you closer, quicker. And like, we all just kind of looked at each other and said, okay, let's do this. And so it's really not just my story. I say this all the time, but it's really the story of all of us. It's really the story of the Southern California biker community that we made a home together.
Well, I think to your point earlier, like we did the same thing, but we just didn't stop traveling. So, and we talk about fate all the time, and we had a lot of good fate happening at that point in time because we'd get into Utah and all of a sudden they opened up. And so the two of us are having coffee in a restaurant with eggs and bacon, and we're posting pictures, and our families are like, what, how are you doing? Like, because everything was shut down, and it didn't stop us. We packed a Coleman stove into a 3500 Saddleman and rode up to Fig Mountain and just barbecued it, and we had to make content, but just like you, people started following us, especially in the international community, because they were totally locked down.
Yeah.
So we were out doing the grabbing of the hands, and you were out welcoming people. Pretty cool.
We never shut our business down. I went wherever I wanted to go. I acted like nothing happened. So if someone said, "Oh, that time that COVID happened, how life was," for me, it's like, no, I was living.
Yeah. Yeah. We were definitely in a bubble for the most part. Well, I tried to create a bubble on the weekends. During the week, I went through a lot. I'd be in tears by Friday, and then the bikes would start rolling in. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I'm doing it. It gave a lot of people hope.
So I mean, we have ridden, we must have ridden by, because we've ridden down to Julian and like
Where
100
is it?
times.
I still don't know where it is.
Just a little bit north of Julian off tell us the address.
It is 27413 California 76. So we're Center Loop Drive.
So is it up on top of in that mountain?
So as we come around, all we had to do was hang a little bit of a right, and they're about a mile or something up the road, and we missed the whole thing.
You missed all the bikes that were parked there.
Yeah.
No way.
So the 70s, if you're coming to 76 East, it's just little Center Loop. They made me take down all my signs.
Really?
Yeah.
So the city was involved.
Some lady was texting, saw a sign, and it was a whole thing.
Oh,
I mean, not
God.
someone. Yeah. So they're all the signs on the side of the road.
So she was a little snitch.
Yeah. I think she sued the county or something.
Jeez.
Yeah. Side note.
So tell us a little bit about the venue. Like, what do you got going on? You got a bar, you've got live bands, you've got food. Tell us a little bit about the place.
So I would say we're the ultimate ride in San Diego.
Really?
Absolutely. We're located kind of within all the Indian reservations. So it's really country roads. It's got twisties, windies, like the mountains, everything that you could possibly want. And there's no houses, there's cows. I mean, the other day I had this combat vet come in, and he's shaking. He's got his wife with him. He's like, I've been on 3 tours, and I was more scared than I've ever been in my life because a bull got loose. And so he was coming down the road, and a bull was charging him on his bike. So it is a country out there.
Yeah.
We have wild turkeys, bulls, it's like that day. So it's very rural, and it will never be built up. So I think it's pretty unique in California, the San Diego area, particularly,
right,
to have that much space.
So on any given weekend, there's bands.
Yes. I forgot about that, didn't I? So we have live music Saturday and Sunday. we have a main stage, I call it. One of our customers donated like a flag it's probably twice that big and a little bit taller of an American flag. No one can see that, can they?
No.
I'm pointing at that wall.
Well, behind Josh.
Yeah, behind Josh. So we have a huge American flag that was donated. And the bands play there from 11:30 to 3:30, really a daytime place. We do like events. So we've done 2 all-female campouts with Fast Babes. Great group of all women riders. It's pretty awesome. They all brought their little pup tents, and it rained on us, and we had a blast. And then the next year they stayed in the cabins, probably because of the rain. And we've paved those roads so the bikes can get up there. We've done like 4 weddings.
Wow.
But we only do biker weddings. We don't want any fussy people out there.
Right.
Because it is country. Where the cake cutting and they're doing, burnouts around the cake cutting.
So would you
Yes.
accept rubs?
Rubs.
Rich urban bikers?
100%. Everyone's welcome.
Well,
We're
that's
neutral
Lance.
territory.
That's Lance.
Yeah. Right. No.
He ate steak for 21 days in a row.
Yeah.
And he had a bad one. If you looked at the episode yesterday, not so good.
So the reason he said that is
Yeah.
we have actually had people comment on our videos because we travel all over. We'll go into restaurants and they say, "You guys are rubs. You're not out camping along the road."
Oh, yeah.
No, we're meeting people that own businesses and restaurants and showcasing. So it's kind of a joke.
Well, just want to thank Jesse Shaw. I'm wearing the Jesse shirt right now. Stone Brewing. And he sent us a little bit of a
Double fisting.
Shameless plug.
what is this? A Stone Peanut Butter Cream Ale. We all took a little sip of that yesterday. Pretty interesting.
It wasn't bad.
So let's get into the 21st. What are we doing there?
Yeah, we're super excited about it. When you guys reached out, I'm like, okay. So let's start with the 14th. So every year for the past 3 years, we do a Rideout to the Hideout for autism. And that is the weekend September 14th. We're doing that 3rd year. And we provide sensory bags for the local school districts. The budget for special needs or disability was cut by $1 billion this year. So on top of the rural area that we're in, it's become really needed. So that's kind of been our primary one.
So a sensory bag is filled with.
For kids on the spectrum.
Yep.
I'm not the expert. Rocky, who you guys have heard about, she's our manager out there. Her son is on the spectrum. So she really created this event to, fill in some of the needs of where we go to school, where our little rural community. So that was September 14th. But because we invite the whole community and kids, I'm like, that date's not really going to work because we're going to be filming and doing fun stuff. So
Let's stay on topic there for a minute. So can they is there a website that our viewers could go and donate for those bags?
I will post what do you call those things? QR code? Yeah. On our Instagram right now. Our website is in construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can go to your Instagram where there will be a link. And if you can give us that link, we'll put it on this as well. So people that aren't listening today, but will be listening in the future can always donate.
And if they're nearby, it is a great day to bring your kids and kind of experience the whole biker community. We really focus on the community as a whole. And
our audience is so cool about donating.
Awesome.
Every time we have someone on talking about stuff, excuse me, we know that there are dollars that are coming your way. So
wonderful. Yeah, we could definitely put it to good use. We work with a local nonprofit, so all the money actually stays where we're at. So then September 21st, super excited about this one.
How many people do you expect? Have you done this? You've done it before, so
no. This is our first annual.
Whoa.
Yeah, first annual. And I when we talked, I'm like, okay, who else can I benefit that has supported us? That is part of our community as a whole. And we're obviously San Diego. There's Camp Pendleton. There's a bunch of military bases within riding distance, and a lot of those we'll get young guys at, are stationed like at Pendleton.
Mhm.
They'll come in and they're like from West Virginia or Kentucky, and they'll walk in and they're like, oh, this is like home. Like,
Wow.
I feel connected here. And so we've really created, a home away from home. And especially like through the whole lockdowns and stuff, just seeing people like really needing that sense of community. So the military and veterans are a huge part of our riding community. So I thought, well, what can we do? And so I reached out to a couple nonprofits and I said, instead of just doing a fundraiser for one, let's actually bring awareness to all of the ones serving Southern California. Well, obviously not all of them, but as many as possible. And I kind of reached out to ones, I call it like actionable recovery. I don't know if that's a word, but
Sounds like
yeah, it's
Sounds
whatever.
good.
And, some of the smaller ones that people might not know about.
Right.
So we have Recon Sniper Foundation that's coming. This will be our second event with them. We did a camp out with about 100 of them. That was a fun night. We have C4 Ranch that focus mostly on the Navy SEAL community. We have Courage to Call, which is mental health. We have Warrior's Choice, which is service dogs. We have Warfighter Made, which is adrenaline therapy. I'm forgetting one. There's quite a few more that are coming, smaller ones too.
So when they'll set up, and it's just to get the community there to learn about the different nonprofits,
Correct.
right?
Yeah. So we will be having a raffle. We're going to be raffling off 2 nights and a Josie's Hideout package that people will have like little cards that you can go around. And once you've talked to every nonprofit, you'll get a raffle ticket for doing that. And then you can buy raffle tickets. And then whoever wins the package gets to choose which of the nonprofits that are there to donate the money to.
So why don't we throw in a Bell helmet, SRT modular?
Perfect.
Should we raffle that off?
Let's do it.
And you want some 2LaneLIVE swag?
Absolutely.
I mean, we can, right?
There's going to be raffle things coming in. So yeah, well, there'll be more than just the package.
Right.
Right.
But we want to throw some support your way as well.
That'd be great.
And again, for those of you that are traveling around Southern California on the 21st, make it a point to come see us, meet and greet. We'll be there all day long. I'm sure we're going to have the quarter-pound hot dog, the cheeseburger, and the wings all at once.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful place to ride too. So if you want to ride, and I bet the weather's going to be nice and cool. It's going to be cool.
It's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
So we hear a motorcycle rumbling, and we're like, "Is that her?" And we walk outside. It's, ladies and gentlemen, it's 112 degrees outside right now,
It's a little warm.
and it was a little warm.
Yeah.
But
That's
you
the
rode
hairs
up on
out.
a motorcycle.
I said, son of a bitch, look out the window. She just pulled up on a motorcycle.
I don't know if you said son of a bitch.
Yeah, I did in my head because I went to lunch and it was hot out there.
That's crazy,
I
California.
rode down the street and I'm like, hey,
Well, we had the wives on the back, and they're bummed out too because they wanted to come down with us. And
I know.
we've got a couple of mother-in-laws that are a little bit elderly in their 90s, and so they each have times where they've got to go take care of them and didn't realize it was the 21st for them. So, but we'll get them back down there because
Second annual.
yes, we
There you
second
go.
annual, and we are on an apple pie search.
Oh,
So if there's apple pie by chance down there somewhere,
California Mountain Bakery.
I heard that
That's
from
my favorite.
someone. Is that
Probably
in
me.
Julian?
There's like, all the pies are good. And I will say that because they all donate to our event next weekend. But that one's my favorite.
So
nice.
what brought you to Josie's? You said how did you get to like, I'm going to do programming and marketing and promoting there?
Yes. I don't know. I just, I was raising the kid, or, we were raising kids. They had football and track and just super busy. We lived out at Akatia Wells. I mean, 17 days in a row, we would be out there. Like,
I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were the ones parked way out over the sand dunes, like far away from everyone and not showering. We were called Dirty Julian. We were, yeah. So I was.
So where did you live?
We lived in Julian.
You did.
Yeah, we lived in Julian, between Julian and Ramona. Yeah. So I had been working. I graduated college, became a mom. This is a whole long story. That's a whole nother podcast. But we were living up in Julian, and I was working at a wedding venue with actually Rocky, really good family friends of ours. It was great. I could do it on the weekends, pay for track cleats and football helmets and stuff and dirt bike parts. And our liquor rep was like, hey, you should go check out the Hideout. They're reopening. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to work in a bar. Like, I like weddings. It's good. And then I came down there and, we can relate it back to that. I don't think I'd ever would have gotten involved if it wasn't for kind of the lockdown. Because then it became a mission for me. Like,
so
I'm going to
was
figure
fate.
this out. It was fate. Yeah.
And real quick, is this, so Raquel Campus is saying Venmo Rideout to the Hideout for Autism. That's the donation.
That is the donation.
Cool.
Hey, Rocky.
Rocky, we can't wait to meet you.
If you guys are watching live and donate, just put a note that says 2 Lane so we can track all that. That'd be cool.
That'd be great. So,
See
okay,
how
so
good she is?
that's how you went from I don't want to be at a bar to now being an owner in a bar.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't want to run someone else's bar.
Right.
But this isn't really a bar. Like, people are like, oh, you have a bar. And I'm like, no, this is a destination and it's a community. Everyone, when they walk in there, it's like they want to be there. Like, their faces light up.
But there is a bar.
There's a bar. We have a full
You can walk
bar.
in the saloon doors.
Heck
and
yeah.
In the bar.
Oh, yeah. And we have everything from Devil's Brigade, which we will be doing specials of that on the Military Appreciation Day. Oh, I didn't even say. Important fact, if you're a veteran or active duty, your meal's on us. Russ Brown is actually donating all the meals for active duty or military.
There you go. So if you're hungry, you like to ride,
Show
you're
up.
hungry, show up.
Yeah, we're going to barbecue.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
And thanks for Russ Brown, but we love Law Tigers.
Oh,
Well, I love that they're doing that.
Yeah.
And so if they can just show cards or whatever they need to do, and they come in and get a free meal.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speak back to that. So the guy that owned it, you said it was shut down. What?
So the Hideout's gone through many iterations. Like, it was built in 1936, and somebody told me the other day, don't quote me on this, but it's a good story, that Roy Rogers used to own it.
Sounds like it could have been.
Could have been.
Yeah.
The lake used to come up there. It was like a little fishing general store. So we have like kind of a famous painting above the fireplace. I don't know.
It sounded pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like Jacob Lake to me.
I kind of read some stuff, the same thing,
Yeah.
where it was open like in the 30s, and it was established there for miners and people that were farmers and local community people just to come in, and it was more of a bait and tackle kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
Well, there was, Julian has a gold mine. So
Right.
it was like a gold rush little area.
Does
Right.
it have like a sign that you have to drive through because it's, like a ranch?
No, we don't. We did have a huge American flag that went across that little side road you guys missed when you went by.
Hmm.
It was huge. It went across, but the wind got it. We had a hurricane
Huh.
and it got it. So we had to have a ceremony, and yeah, but no, it's just right there on the side of the road. It's an old building. We have the original fireplace.
So I read that too, that people in the wintertime kind of like that there's an actual working fireplace. Is that on the patio or it's in?
It's inside. So when you walk inside, we have like 2 big garage doors. The fireplace is over here. So we're either hot in the summer or cold in the winter time. Fireplace is great. Air conditioning doesn't really work much, but we're a tough lot. I don't have them now, but I need to get them again, as I had heat patches. So if you ride out when it's 100 degrees, you get a heat patch and free water for life. And then wintertime, if you come out when it's raining, you get a rain patch and you get free coffee for life.
Uh-huh.
So
Well, we'll have to ride out in the winter. I
Yeah.
like coffee.
yeah.
I think we've been up in that area in the winter a lot.
100%.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
And-
Well, we just became friends, so
Well,
Yes.
it's one of the funny things. Like we did a ride last year where we went up a couple canyons. What?
For Christmas tree lighting?
No. What the hell's the name of not Mount Baldy?
Oh,
We'd never been up. He had
Oh,
been
wow.
up there skiing when he was a kid,
right.
but I'd never, and I've been out here 30 years or 30 plus years and never had gone up that site like Azusa Canyon.
And there's really nothing there.
But it was a beautiful
Yeah.
ride.
There's
And
just
then-
like a little building.
yeah.
And if you're not skiing, like when there's no skiing going on, it's like, it's just a visual.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my point being is we ride all over the place, and
Yeah.
we've skipped that place 100 times. Your place, which is crazy to me.
Sometimes the best things are closest to home.
Well, and sometimes it's also, and we've said that too. Some of the best riding is
Yeah.
closest to home, but I don't think, had it not been for Juan,
Yeah.
that we would have probably reached out. But I saw his post. I'm like, this has got a cool vibe. We've got to go check it out.
Well, I think a lot more people after today are going to know about us.
We have that effect
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, the cool thing about the lives is they live on YouTube
Yeah.
forever. So tonight, tomorrow, people will be watching it
Yeah.
and the numbers grow. So more and more people. But everywhere we go, seriously, people tell us, hey, you guys, everyone comes in here and says because of you, so we love that.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
awesome.
Well, we did a piece a couple of years ago. It was Sturgis before the rally. We just wanted to show people what Sturgis was like when there's no rally, and it was like eerily quiet. But it was great for us because we had the whole Black Hills to ourselves. But there was a place that we've eaten every year that we've gone, which has been about 8 years, usually on the way in and on the way back out, at least twice. It's called the Boar's Nest. And we did a piece. We took the wives, and they never opened before Memorial Day. And we were there before Memorial Day, like a week or two before. And we had a little bit of snow hitting us. And I'm like, man, we were like, wouldn't it be great if they could see the Boar's Nest? And lo and behold, they were open.
Oh, wow.
So we pulled in. They have a big potbelly stove. It was warm. We could dry off. And then we're like, maybe we should see if we can do a piece if the restaurant will be open to talking with us on camera. So I walked up. There was a young lady sitting at the bar, and I said, do you know who owns the place? And she's like, well, that's my dad, and we just bought it. I said, well, here's what we do. We have a channel called 2LaneLIVE, Shaking Hands with America. Would love to showcase the restaurant. And she said, I'll do better than that. I'll get the old owner and my dad, if you can be here tomorrow at like 2. So we flew back, got in, boom, did the whole thing, had a great interview with both owners and even her. And we came back in August for the rally, and they had tickets lined. And the cook, she at the time, she's not there anymore, but she was kind of salty, just a beautiful woman, but salty. And she's like, you son of a bitches. Look at all the, and to this day, they'll tell you that people come in often and frequent and say it's 2LaneLIVE, and they're the busiest they've ever been. Donald Trump, they're the busiest. I'm telling you.
but they had a nice business before.
Yeah.
We enjoyed going there. But after that, people that would ride by it because it's on a bend. It's a big like cabin.
Yeah.
But it's on a creek, and there's picnic benches and a parking lot and all the bike. It's I'll show you a picture
Yeah.
after, but it's now everyone goes to the Boar's Nest. We almost ruined it for ourselves.
Well, we did. We
If you could
talked
get
about,
everyone to come when it's hot or raining, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because when weather is great,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
it's fine, but it's when,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's,
But it's an interesting, they put up a different area for picnic tables down along the creek that most people don't know about right now. Now I just shared that, so they're all going to know. We had to go lock ourselves down in that area. It was just getting too insane.
But a couple of people found their way across the bridge down the thing and said, will you sign my tennis shoes? Will you sign my t-shirt? But it was fun.
But they have
awesome.
insane food, so you got to. I mean, if you're ever out there, check out the Boar's Nest. But enough of that. So, what kind of
That's
food
awesome.
do you guys offer?
we are just dead deer hanging from the barn door type of thing. So
Beef jerky.
super simple. We do burgers, we do chicken clubs, pulled pork. We smoke it all ourselves. We do a homemade chili, just very simple, hot dogs, sausages. We keep it simple, focus on just putting out good quality food. We have 16 beers on draft. Try to focus on a lot of local beers. We have Stone Brewing, Nickel Beer, which is a local beer. That's a cool one too, because we always have the Warrior contribution on tap. That money, I think the net, or I don't know how it works. It's a donation for local organizations that support military. So it goes back into our community also. It's our give back beer. A lot of, just try to support local in that way. And a full bar.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that you guys have a deft hand on your pours, meaning probably a little heavy. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
That or deny
You cannot
that.
acknowledge or deny that.
We abide by the,
Yes.
yes.
So I can't wait to try it.
Yes.
I don't know. We'll see. He's laughing.
Hey,
already.
you're going to be staying at the house. So
I know.
we'll just, we'll make sure we'll just,
So we can walk
direct you
over
in
there, right?
You can walk over there. Yeah. So it's stumbling distance.
Okay.
And we've lit the path. So we've done quite a few events where we, and it's okay if you just sleep in the dirt too.
Right.
Okay. So talk a little bit about that. You've got right next to the place, or just a.
It's all one property. We've got a house that sleeps 15. We have 11 cabins. We have a tiny house, 2 vintage trailers, and a couple like RV sprinter sites and a big RV site. So you can literally rent out the whole property. So we'll have groups come in and say, you know what? We want the whole thing. We have a gate down there. We close the gate. And now it's just you and your friends.
So where do they find that?
That is SD Mountain Lodge. And we're getting better with all the, I haven't really been good with the whole website thing, but that is in progress.
It'll help.
Yeah. Most people find us through Facebook or Instagram right now. I would run into people like similar situation. I was like in a truck stop in Utah, I think. And this guy was like, yeah, there you go. That's us. That's my favorite spot to camp at right there. Just the RV spot.
You just put the link up on there.
Oh, incredible view.
So I'm thinking when we were up there, when we get up to the top of the mountain and we pass Julian, and then we're in that valley, that open valley. Is that where that is?
Down towards. So when we come down the 76, we're down in the valley.
So if you're coming from Julian, you take the 78 to the 79 to the 76.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of 70s.
Yeah, a lot of 70s. So our new shirts that we have coming out say Hideout 76.
Ah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I read a lot of things about your bartenders and how great they are and your staff. So maybe you could share a little bit about the folks there.
We're really blessed because Santa Isabel has maybe 1,500 people in the entire little town. So I feel like I have the best team around. So we have Rocky, we have Iris, we have Christy, we have Audrey, we have Janice, we have Donovan, we have Cameron. God, I hope I don't forget someone. And then the whole staff that got us through, the kind of the last 4 years, Shamila, April, there's a few other people, but they really stepped up. We only work 3 days a week, but they're long days. We're there from 9 a.m. to sometimes 7, 8 o'clock at night. And it's nonstop. We've had days where it's a 4-hour wait just to get in the door.
Really?
And people will wait. They're lined up, ready to come in.
What are the official hours?
10 to 6.
10 to 6.
Of course, on the 21st, so not only will we have the military appreciation throughout the day, and I've got to tell you about the whole ceremony too, because we've got all that in the middle. We also have a twilight concert that night. So that's from 5:30 to 7:30. So during the day, we'll have a band. And throughout the day, the different nonprofits are going to get up and be able to speak on what they offer. But then at noon, we'll have an opening prayer. We will be doing the national anthem. I have the agenda, but national anthem. We have a bugler coming out. We'll be doing a flag ceremony, color guard, and I think that's it. But we'll have a whole ceremony at noon with the Ramona ROTC and the Patriot Guard, and just, yeah.
That's awesome, because we
Yeah.
were just at a rodeo
Yeah, it was
that we
great.
kicked off, and they had a young lady singing, and but they had
The national anthem.
but they had a cowboy with a flag riding around the arena, and it was spectacular.
But the cool thing about that, and especially for my wife, it was like we're standing there, we're in the middle of the arena,
Yeah.
and you're looking at the bleachers full of people, and they did a prayer, they sang the national anthem, so she got choked up thinking, this is America.
Yeah.
This is America. And that's a good feeling
It is.
to know that that's still there.
Yeah, we start our day with the national anthem. Sometimes it's just 2 or 3 of us. I haven't been filming it lately, but sometimes people, like, we had a gentleman who became a citizen. I think it was in 2021 or 2022, and he called us and he said, I just had to drive through and become a citizen. I want to have a ceremony. So he's like, can I do it at your flag and national anthem? So he came out there and we did a clap and welcome to America, and here's the national anthem. But it was special.
Yeah.
It was really special, just to take that moment and pause. And because the world is so divisive right now, and that is one of the beautiful things I think about where we are out there, because all different walks of life walk through that door, but we're all united by the same thing. It's freedom. We all bikers believe in freedom.
Yes.
And so when we come out there, there's none of that us, them. We're just a community.
So
Yes.
you've been doing this for 4+ years.
Yeah.
Right. Same with us.
Yeah.
What in those 4 years, when you look back, and maybe it's a hard question to answer, but because there could be a lot, but what do you think you're most proud of?
What am I most proud of? Wow, that's a good question. I think I say community a lot, so I'm not going to use that one, but I think the smiles on people's faces, honestly, and just the amazing people that I've met. And when I can put a smile on someone's face and make their life just a little bit better, it's those micro moments. We in San Diego lost a friend just recently that meant a lot to very many people. Like, the amount of people that showed up for her celebration at the Hideout was amazing. And she brought all different walks of life together. And one of the things that I learned from Becca was that, it's the little things in life. It's don't walk away with angry, tell the person you love them. And she would always be like, I love you. Let's do this. And she would show up. And I think, I would try to remember that, but if I can just, somebody walks in and I can listen, or just give them a smile or a hug, whoever it is, and they walk out, you make the world a little bit better every time that happens.
No, that's
100%.
important.
100%.
I mean, we've had so many great guests just like yourself that have a story to tell. And if we can impact just one, we say this often, if we can just get one,
Yeah.
we've done our job, but we know we're getting to more than one.
Yeah.
And so those are the things. And I was talking to you about this earlier today. I don't think Lance and he can speak for himself, but when we first started riding, it was like, let's go down to Neptune's, let's go over here. Let's just, it was kind of a half day, one day kind of a thing. And we didn't really get into the community. Like, that just wasn't who we were. We're adventurers. We like to just get out and go. and we still do, but the community has reached out to us in different ways. And I was telling you about the cancer victim that a year ago to the day, we were talking to him on the phone, and then he shows up in our meet and greet this year at Legend. I mean, just people that want us to spread their father's ashes, just all these different stories. We do a lot with his son, Thrashing. So we get a lot of comments about me and my father riding together. It's the first time. Yeah. It's just all these people we've touched in different ways. And I think that's probably what we're most proud of at the end of the day is that ability to use and lever the platform to help the community,
It's turned into like a human touch. It's almost like we have a place where people can come and grieve, share their pain. We help them out. They help us out because of what they're doing. It's almost like maybe this is some kind of a haven for people to get rid of stuff that they don't need.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I mean, we've had guests on that have talked about, issues they had when they were younger, issues they've had with their parents, issues they've had with, wanting to commit suicide, we had Juan on talking about PTSD and how much that affects military. And maybe that's one reason the MCs are a good thing.
Yeah.
Right. Because a lot of the MCs have ex-military in them, and I can't walk up to a military man or woman and say, I know what you're feeling, because I haven't been there.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they can look each other in the eye and know exactly what they're thinking.
100%. I'm a burn survivor. So while I've not been in the military, I've worked with other people that are burn survivors. And unless you've experienced the pain of deep thickness burns, you don't know. And so I think that's very true statement there.
Yeah.
So again, for your proud moment, I think for you to create an environment where it's safe for people to be, right? And they can come in and see like-minded people.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
It is. It's a great thing to feel a part of. And, you can do, there's so many different things out there that you can do, and you obviously want to do them well, but I feel so blessed every day that it's like, I actually see, visible results.
Yes.
As you guys were saying too, it's,
people are looking for family. They're looking for friends. They're looking for being involved.
Yeah.
And when they have it, it's like, you could just walk into a store and hold the door for the next person and see what it does to their demeanor, because they're not expecting that, or if you say hi and smile, it changes their day.
So how do we do that with drivers today?
You go like this.
I mean, I don't understand.
Who was saying that every time? Oh, Sarlus was saying that every time he'd pass someone and they'd look at him and they'd be all mad, he'd just go.
Well, they have nothing to be mad about. They're in the passing lane.
But they get mad.
They're in the passing lane.
Yeah. Well,
they're on their phone. They're in the passing lane. They're not moving over. And then you look at them and then they get mad at you.
They're just jealous.
Can we help with some driver culture over here or what?
I always say, hey, if you go by somebody, no matter what you're doing and what you're doing wrong, if you don't impede anything that their movement or anything, you don't affect their life at all, they shouldn't care.
Yeah.
Read that one, Kyle's.
You gotta turn
Turn
my mic on. There, my mic's on. Kyle says, great that y'all are in support of such a great event on the 21st. As a father of two boys on the spectrum, it is greatly appreciated to see the community supports. Thank you, Kyle.
What we didn't tell you is you can see off to the right. These are all the comments that are coming in.
Okay.
And then Josh is responding to everyone.
So the autism ride is September 14th.
Right.
So the 14th for that ride. We're the week after, but you can still donate.
Right on.
100%. And bring your kids, Kyle. Kids are welcome that day on the 14th.
Bring them down.
Got a flyer.
So you mentioned you've got 4 strapping lads.
Yeah. I have a grandson now too.
You have a
I
grandson.
do.
So it's all boys.
All boys.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your oldest is
28. And him and his beautiful wife had a little baby boy about a month ago.
nice. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
My son's getting married in October,
Oh, wow.
and they've been together 5 years. So if you're listening, Justin, we need babies like soon.
Well, I have 3 granddaughters
Oh, wow.
and a
Yeah.
grandson.
I
Okay.
did this stuff early,
So
right?
it's like
So I could have grandkids and play
Yeah.
with them.
real fun, you know.
Get it.
And the little
Going,
guy's
man.
crazy. He's bikes, dirt bikes, statics, racing, mountain biking. So he's going to be all over the dirt bike.
And
stuff.
real quick, this one I don't think is beer money. We'll count this towards the donation fund. Shout out to BTS Adventures, donated $49.99. Didn't make the 121st. Missed out catching you guys out there again this year. A shame since I only live an hour north of Milwaukee. Was going to buy you guys drinks, so here's some beer money. Hopefully, I'll meet you in Wisconsin someday. Cheers. We'll donate that beer money
Thank
to the
you.
bar, you know,
There you
at the event.
Yeah.
Thank you. We
man.
appreciate that.
Appreciate that. We'll connect sometime soon. It's our fate,
go.
especially when you're donating beer money that we're going to give to the autism.
Boom.
Boom.
To the veterans.
Oh, to the
Veterans.
veterans.
We've
Either
got
way.
lots of good causes.
Yeah.
Well-
There's something good happening every weekend.
Right.
You just,
So speak to that a little bit. Like why?
well, the bikers are the biggest give back ever. Like, I had no idea. I mean, we have probably 2 to 3 fundraisers a month sometimes, and they'll come to us. I put on one. Rocky does the autism event, and now we've added the military appreciation event. That's all we do. Everyone else, they bring it to us. They say, we want to raise money for your local fire department, which is pretty cool because it also benefits everyone that rides around us. So if you're riding the Julian, Mesa Grande, Warner Springs area, last year we raised $6,000 to buy a CPR pulse device, which has already saved multiple lives because you
Nice.
can now go on the helicopter with it. So we're now raising in October with another group, raising money to buy another one. So if ours goes down the hill, there'll still be one for us back on the mountain. So we, somebody comes and says, I want to raise money for that, or we want to raise money for this. And we love hosting events. You bring your event to us. We do poker. I mean, there's a poker run every other weekend, it seems like. Sure, come on out. I don't charge for vendors. We have been supported by so many that have started, kind of just started in the last couple of years, like LFG, Shifter Crew. They've always come and donated to our events. And so, these are all small businesses, and they bring their whole following out, and then I make money and they make money. And it's a pretty tight knit community out
Mhm.
there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, I think with your approach and your vision of it, I think it's warranted to give you, like I showed this to Josh and the boys earlier, but can you take your right hand? Go like
No.
that and pat yourself on the back.
I'll just give myself a hug.
You can do
There
it
you
more,
go.
but it's important to showcase causes, and I think to have a venue and have an owner that's open to doing that, you're helping others.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that you can look at in the mirror in the morning and go, yeah, pretty cool. We just helped this group. You know what I mean?
And we have a really good time doing it.
Right.
We're not all just doing good all the time, being of service, but we have a really fun time.
Right.
We laugh. I mean, we're
You meet
just,
people.
yeah,
and
we
have a good
meet.
time.
The people that walk through the door are amazing.
Yeah.
Like, like the other day we had 2 Formula One race car drivers that came in. I don't know who they are, so I'm not going to say because I didn't see them, but people are like, that's, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Really?
Just like, yeah,
Some
just
F1 guys.
that's allegedly, I don't know.
Max Verstappen.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm just people like that. And then maybe it's just, we had a lot of female riders that come in that are just like so excited. My first ride was to the Hideout, and or the father-son rides or the mother-daughter rides. It's just
Right.
amazing people that walk
We
through
did
the
a
door.
father-daughter's ride.
There you go. Father-daughter.
We didn't go to Josie's.
No,
No.
no, we went up north
Maybe we should take them down
Yeah, why
south.
don't you bring your kids to the September 21st event?
because my kids, they're older. His are older too, and they're all, he's busy doing his. She's got her.
Alyssa,
Well, there's
come
room
out
in
to
the house.
the
Yes,
Hideout.
there
There's
is.
room at the house for you.
Yeah, my daughter lives in. She was in Mission Bay, but now she's in not Carlsbad. I don't know.
When you travel so much, like if I told my son, "Hey, come to this," he had nothing to do. He'd be like, "Okay," but it's like Sturgis, Virginia
Yeah.
City. Like every weekend, he said, "It's like
Yeah. Well, this one's close,
yeah."
and it'll be
The wives love Julian, and
Yeah.
they love the whole area up there.
Well, they'll come to the second annual
Yes,
Right.
Rideout to the Hideout Military Appreciation that we're going to get on the calendar before we leave today.
What was our restaurant we ate at, Josh? That you went back to? Huh? Yeah.
Jeremy's on the hill.
Oh yeah, my older
That's-
son washed dishes there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That
did the piece with
ribeye is
Jeremy?
bomb.
Oh, well, I can. No, just kidding.
The food was insane.
He's a
Loved it.
great cook.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And a great restaurant there. So, all right. So you talk a little bit about, go back to what you have on property for people to stay at. So if they want to come down and spend the weekend or you've got the restaurant there, are there facilities around that they can buy groceries? Are there?
We have it's pretty remote, so you do want to prepare ahead. On the 21st, if you can still get a spot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is
Yeah.
it sold out or
It
booked?
is. I think there's still camp. So anyone that wants to put a tent on the back of their bike, please do. There's day of camping. We have outdoor showers, which are amazing. And I think there might be a few campsites left, maybe a trailer. It's packed up, but camping's still available. But we have a little grocery store right down the street, where you turn
Mhm.
by Dudley's, Don's Market. They're awesome. Stock up there. But the night you guys are there, we'll be open till 7:30. So you'll be able to have lunch and dinner with us that day.
Oh,
Yeah.
we might need some eggs in the morning
Yeah.
though.
What day is that? Saturday or Friday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
We're going down Friday, but the event's on Saturday.
Well,
Yeah.
we got to have eggs in the house.
We'll just
We
go
can-
Well, I'll
buy-
have Iris bring some because she has chickens.
Oh,
So we'll
perfect.
just bring you some from the chicken coop.
We need like 24.
24 eggs?
Yeah.
Need a lot of eggs.
Well, I'll see if she can stock them up. I don't know. We also have an egg ranch down the road. So
Are they brown eggs?
they're all different colors.
Oh,
All different colors. But there's like a big egg ranch. So
we got
we'll
plenty
figure
of
it
eggs.
out. We'll figure it out.
I
Yeah.
can always run to the store.
Yes, you
You
can
know.
always run to the store, which is
Either
about-
or.
Nothing's close out there, but it's all a beautiful ride.
How
so.
far is that one that Don's?
It's like 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
So tell them while we're on air here still, give us the address of the place.
27413 California 76, Santa Isabel, California.
There it is up on the screen.
92070.
And for most of the social stuff right now, it's best to go to your Instagram or Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook. You can text us we have a business cell phone, 760-782-1905. It's
Hey, she
You're
just
like,
gave
"No."
out her phone number.
That's not my phone
How do
number.
you say that again? Santa is
Santa Isabel.
Isabel.
It's the Josie's Hideout cell phone. So you will only get us during business hours on that line.
Hey, did we, I was thinking about this today. We went and gave away some stuff 2 weeks ago with Frankie.
Oh.
Did we get back to those?
I got a
people?
bunch of emails and some people are trying to scam us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 people won. Why did I get 12 emails? I should have forwarded that to you and I did not. So if you guys are watching, you won some hats or whatever it was, we'll get on that.
And tomorrow, if you're listening now, but tomorrow we're going to drop shirt prices. We've got a new line of shirts coming in here in about a week or so.
But-
So we're going to drop some shirt prices.
Yeah,
But,
on the stock that we have, and then we might do something very special once we get the new shirts.
of course we will. We're
Yes.
always very special.
You're going to be raffling them off at the military appreciation ride, right?
Yeah. So
yes.
what we could do right now is give away a couple hats.
You guys know what's about to happen, and you probably already have his phone number.
818-207-7084. First 3 callers get a Fueling 2LaneLIVE Michelin Custom Dynamics hat. One of those.
And for those of you watching, today is
818-207-7084.
September 5th, 2024 at 4:54 p.m. So if it's not today, you can call the dude at 3 a.m., but you're not going to fucking win anything. Yes, we do sell sleeves on our website, Mac. Thank you. It's under
You know what really bums me
outerwear.
out? Thinking about the military appreciation.
Mhm.
I like that
Free
it's
hat.
called that
818-207-7084.
we appreciate all the service they've done.
Oh.
We want to help them. But when I see
Hey, James.
Back off the mic.
Hey man, it's Jim.
E-
How are you?
Good,
Galen?
good. Email Josh at 2lanelife.com, your address. And I've got to go on to the next one.
What's the first name?
All right.
James.
James. Thanks, James.
It's Shane.
If your name is
Hey,
James,
Betty, how are you? Hello.
This isn't Betty. This is David.
Oh, it comes up as Betty. Hey, David.
That's weird that it comes up as Betty.
I don't know. Maybe my name's Sue. I don't know. Boy named Sue. Galen. You know how it goes.
Awesome. Hi, Galen.
How you doing? Can you
I'm
email
doing well.
Josh at 2lanelife.com your address and we'll get you a hat
So Josh at email. Okay.
at 2lanelife.com. Give us your address. We'll send you out a hat.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, brother.
we did have a question. Are you selling hats
Oh,
for 2 Lane
here comes
Life?
one
Yes,
more.
we have
Yes,
hats
we
and
are.
shirts and jackets and helmets and suspension
this
and
is Galen.
seats and socks.
They need to go to
This is Galen.
2lanelife.com and see all that stuff.
Hello.
Hello.
Galen. Hello.
Yep. Who's this?
This is Mac.
Mac.
Hey, Mac. How are you? So
All right.
email Josh at 2lanelife.com. We'll get you out a hat. Mac is the final winner. Mac, thanks for joining. Appreciate the support, bud.
All right. Thank you.
All
and
right.
if you
Take care.
if any of you lucky winners, James, David,
Hey,
Mac,
Brian.
and that's it.
Hey.
We'll do one more hat. That's it.
And Brian.
Okay.
Where you out of?
Wisconsin. I'm actually BTS Adventures.
Oh, no
right.
way.
You know, you can get a hat.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
beer money.
Yeah. No,
We'll send.
I'm glad it's going towards a better cause.
Yeah, we're gonna donate that. So we appreciate that, though, brother.
Well, no problem.
But when we crack a beer open, we'll think of you.
So we're gonna try to find some good cheese curds and some venison salami, and we'll be in good shape.
And spotted cow.
Well, you know what? You drink like a Wisconsinite, so I don't even think $50 will cover it.
Well,
Especially in California
maybe a
prices.
half a
Yep.
day. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, take care.
Send that email to Josh at 2lanelife.com.
Okay. Well,
Thank
And if
Thank
he
you, sir.
orders arm sleeves,
Yeah,
we can just ship it in his order.
Right. So yeah, go to 2lanelife.com. We have all kinds of cool stuff that you can look at. And if you want it, guess what? You can get it.
I wonder why I always get hacked.
Nothing to do with your phone number all over the internet. I'll say that.
Whoops.
Yeah. Whoops.
Well, we're coming up on the
Yeah.
hour. For you to drive up here.
Right. They rode 100 and
They rode up here.
24 124
111 today
miles.
at one point.
We had talked about, maybe just doing a StreamYard with you, and you're like, no, I want to be there in person.
Heck yeah.
It's the
And
best.
You're all in.
yeah,
You're not in.
and so we appreciate that because it's not like it's a 20-minute ride away. And so we appreciate you coming up here and spending some time with us, getting to know you better. We're super excited to come down to the event and support the great causes that you've got going on there. And after reading a bunch of the reviews for you and seeing, because you do post a little bit with videos, and it's fun to see some of the people that work there with you, and I can't wait to meet them and just really enjoy a couple days down in your neck of the woods. And thank you for that.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to having you guys down and kind of meeting a little bit more of San Diego and what we
Oh,
have to
yeah.
offer.
Is that San Diego County?
We
Is
are
it?
San Diego County, but as I always say, it's the backcountry of San Diego.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Like it.
Yeah. We're the backcountry.
So the owner of the Hideout prior were they apple farmers by chance?
No, actually, he was military.
Military.
Previous owner was military, and then there was other owners before that.
Yeah.
But it's always been a biker destination.
Mhm.
You know, even if I disappeared tomorrow, people would still show up on their bikes. They might have to sit on the side of the road, have a beer, have a sandwich. People have always ridden out there.
Gotcha.
So, you know, our vision is just to be that destination for Southern California.
Hmm.
Come stay with us, come play with us, just, you know, hang out. It's a beautiful place to be pretty much year round
And why should they come there?
because we're family.
So you're making people feel like they're family when they walk in the
100%.
door.
100%. Just be a good person when you walk in. You know, just be kind. And, you know, I've never, ever, I mean, people are like, oh, biker bar. Never had a problem there. I mean, well, minus one or two locals that, you know, I've
Right.
had to drive home, but never had a problem. People come in there, they're respectful. They're kind to each other. They're what America should be.
And that's kind of what it is like when you go to the Durango Four Corners rally or when you go to Sturgis, when you go around. Most of the people are good and they're having a good time.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's, you know,
Everyone
that
has something
freedom.
in common.
Yeah, it's freedom. It's, you know, being kind to your neighbor. And I can't wait for you guys to
Those are
experience
simple
it.
rules,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a golden rule.
let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you. And we've got all the links. Can't wait to get down there. In the meantime, we're going to do some stories next week and start talking about our bike builds and show you all the different parts that we put on. We're excited because this 2024 platform that we're on is super easy to just bolt on aftermarket parts to. So look forward to that. And I don't want to send you out of here without,
Yeah, where's my hat?
you know, a hat or something. So we'll have to do that after.
And
But-
for those of you that are tuning in late, when are we going to see them and where are we going to see them? Where are we going to be on the 21st?
We're going to be at what address?
27413 California 76, San Isabel, California. Josie's Hideout Saloon.
We're going to be there we're going to spend the night there. We're going to be hanging out. We're riding in. We're going to have a good time. We're going to mingle with everybody and barbecue and have a good time.
Yeah.
Listen to music.
Two
and
concerts or two shows that day, band all day, band in the evening.
It's kind of like a rally going on.
It is a rally.
And we're going to do some stories and we'll do a post. So if you follow our Instagram, it'll keep reminding you that we'll be there. And if you want to come down and say hi, do it.
And after the fact, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple or what have you, run out to Josie's. I know without even being there, you won't regret that for sure.
It's beautiful. And that's the fantastic thing about the winter time.
Yeah.
We've been up there and the sunsets and the clouds opening up and the wet. Oh, magical.
It is. There's something very special about the backcountry.
The backcountry.
The backcountry.
So with that, we're going to say, see you down the road, point at the camera and say, see you down the ready. 1,
too.
2, 3. Yeah.
See you down the road.
Love it. Go to our website, buy something.
Buy some